I'm extremely excited. You know, it's another opportunity to play the game that I love. Definitely on this atmosphere, it's going to be crazy. Try to put it all together, you know, when it counts.
Jalen and Dallas were talking about the hoodies. Seems like a slogan. It's a Philly thing for these playoffs. What does that mean to you?
I don't know. You got to come back to me on that. You got to come back to me on that.
All right, Jalen said it's like a swagger that you guys have. What is it?
For sure, it's like it definitely is a swagger. You know, he's been in Philly longer than me, so I'm trying to, see what's going on. You know, so.
All right, I'll come back to you.
Okay.
You guys have seen the Giants now 3 times in what, a matter of 6 or 7 weeks here. How have they evolved as a team from the first time you saw them?
I think they're playing better. They're playing faster. They're changing looks on the back end. Of course, when you see a team that many times, of course they're going to do something different, and so are we.
How do you find it to be an advantage or a disadvantage to play a team 3 times in that short of time span?
I think that doesn't matter. My mindset and our mindset, it doesn't matter how many times you play somebody. It comes down to this opportunity, and you shouldn't be worried about what you did in the past or does it help or does it hurt. You got to execute, and that's what we're playing to do.
Is it a bit of a guessing game when you see how they play defense against you in Week 14, and then it seems like they're playing some more zone, they're mixing up some things, maybe not as many blitzes, things like that? Is that difficult?
No, it's not difficult. That's my world, I begin cornerback number 1 and a little safety help. And sometimes, when they double me, that he goes somewhere else. And whenever I get my opportunity to go one-on-one, I got to take advantage of it. So that's my career. So, I'm not, you just got to take advantage when you get the opportunity.
Jalen was sore coming off of the game. How do you think he's doing this week?
How you know that?
That's what he said.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's what Nick Sirianni said. He said he's sore coming out of the game. Is that not the case?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not inside this man's body. I don't know if his shoulder's hurt or whatever. I don't know.
How's he look to you this week, or just his vibe, feeling good?
Oh, his vibe is he's ready to go. He's ready to do whatever it takes to get this done.
When you think back to draft night, when the trade was made for you to come here, and you think about not even a year, how much has changed for you personally, the success of this football team going into your first playoff experience here in Philly. Have you had a chance to kind of soak it all in, or you're just not there?
A little bit, but not too much, because I'm still locked in, I'm still focused, what I want to accomplish, and it's been everything I imagined since I got here, so I've been loving it. I'm definitely trying to keep this thing rolling.
When I asked you about it's a Philly thing,
not come back to me right now, like come back to me like tomorrow.
Right. So what has Philly meant to you so far, though? All these home games and Eagles fans, and so maybe not necessarily it's a Philly thing slogan, but like what has Philly meant to you so far?
Like I say, it's a very passionate city who love the players, love the game, love everything about it. It's just diehard fans. It's kind of like hard to explain. I see stuff on social media, fans just doing crazy stuff. Now that's just a Philly thing. You won't see that nowhere else, But man, I don't know, man, because I just know like the place gonna be rocking. It's gonna be hard to hear. Hard to communicate. I don't know, man. I just know it's going to be crazy out there. It's on a Saturday night, so we definitely going to try to do our best to, to ball out and put on the show. I just got chills talking about it, but, man, I'm excited, man. These are the opportunities that you live for, and I'm definitely going to put my hard hat on.
AJ, we sit out by this point in the season. You get a sense it's kind of chomping at the bit, kind of ramping up in intensity as the week goes on?
Oh, for sure. I think it should already be ramped up. This game means a lot. We get the opportunity, we just let it all loose.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, I believe so at Florida State. I think he's a good player. He obviously has, the size and the, athletic ability to do a lot of great things. He's a quick guy. He's a powerful guy. And, he's also been honing his skill to be able to have good pass rush moves, good counters, being able to recognize stuff and get off blocks. And I think overall he's a really good player. I think he's one of the better D tackles in the league right now. Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni were wearing "It's a Philly thing." They say that's kind of the playoff slogan. I don't know if they've talked about that as a team. What would that mean to you? It's a Philly thing. Jalen talked about the swagger of the team in the city.
I really think we feed off the city and the city feeds off us, and I think that we try to just embrace it in the way everybody in Philly supports us, and the energy and the spirit that they bring to this city. We try to carry that onto the field every time we play, and you've kind of seen it this year, just the energy we have, the love we have for each other. And I think it's just kind of the motto is just we're worried about us in this city and what we can do, and not necessarily everything outside.
Final question for you: when you see what you were seeing from the Giants defense week 14, how much have they changed up what they're doing, and how difficult of a challenge is that? Some of the blitzes maybe you saw in the last week and things like that.
Yeah, I think anytime you play in a team multiple times a year, they obviously get a taste for kind of what we do and our answers to things they bring, and it goes back and forth. Obviously they kind of figure out what we do in certain situations. They're going to bring a counter to that, and I think it just kind of feeds off. They change things up even in this second game, and I know they'll change stuff again for this one. So it's really just kind of how every game goes is they're going to give a problem, we come up with a solution, and it's it's a back and forth battle. And I think that any good team's going to do that.
Yeah, defensively they've changed a little bit, just their philosophy, different coverages, things like that. And they're playing really good football at this time, so we're going to have to do everything we can to get ready this week and prepare for them as best we can.
T.J. Hawkinson had a pretty big game against them on Saturday or Sunday. Does that kind of excite you as a tight end, thinking maybe you can take advantage of some things there?
You can look at it, go through their game, and kind of see why he got that. And obviously, hopefully they do the same to me, and I can have a big game. But ultimately, whatever I can do to help the team win, I'm going to do, and just try to win all my one-on-one matchups.
I can't see your hoodie or whatever you're wearing, but Jalen and Nick were all wearing "It's a Philly thing." And Jalen said it's a swagger that this team has. It's about the city as well. What's your opinion about that slogan for this playoff?
Yeah, I think Jalen kind of hit the nail on the head. It's a Philly thing. It's the swagger we got. It's just kind of our identity this year. We talked about so much, and that's just kind of what this is relaying over. It's just a Philly thing, and we're going to do whatever we can to go out there on Sunday or Saturday.
You sense this team's kind of chomping at the bit, having the weekend off now, and we'll be ramped up for Saturday?
Yeah, it was crazy having this much time off this time of the year, knowing you're still in it. It was a cool week for us to get better, and then the weekend off, watching the games, and then like everybody kind of said, we're ready to get back to it. It seems like it's been an awkwardly a long amount of time off since we played it for this time of the year, which is cool. But yeah, I think we're all ready to get out there.
We saw how you guys were rolling at 13-1, and then certain things happened. You had some injuries, and didn't really have more than a vanilla game plan that last game. Can you just immediately get back to what you guys were doing together?
Yeah, I think so. I think if we can go out there and execute the game plan and take care of each 11 people out there, take care of the one-on-ones, I think we'll be sitting in a really good position.
Where do you feel like you guys are with the running game? It seems like the last few weeks, and probably part of that is Jalen not being a threat to run maybe as much, especially against the Giants. But where do you feel like you guys are as a running team?
I feel like it's just kind of always been the same all year. If we want to run the ball, if we need to run the ball, we're going to run the ball. We got some of the best 5 O-linemen up there, so when they can pin their ears back and we call run plays that we want to work and that are going to work, I got full confidence in our run game.
Yeah, I was at home with my family. It's kind of cool. Just kind of had the dinner and just watching the game, and that's about it.
When you're watching that situation, are you kind of game planning as you're watching, or are you just trying to relax and enjoy the football a little bit more than when it feels more like work?
No, I wasn't really relaxed. Really just watching it to see situational awareness. Especially that 2-minute drill. Just trying to make sure how sharp I am and what we would do as an offense compared to both teams running. So it's pretty much what I was on.
Obviously, it was a different experience the first time you played the Giants versus that last time to close out the regular season. What do you think was the biggest difference you noticed on the field from that first meeting to the second time that you're now using to prepare for your meeting in the postseason?
Just all these unorthodox looks, Wink does a good job of disguising and running some weird looks. So we're just going to work on that and try our best to come up with a game plan. So,
what's been the best part of this little bit of a bye week rest before now you geared up for you?
just having time off, making sure that you can get your body to as close to 100% as you can, and that's pretty much what I did this week. So.
Well, whenever you have familiarity with the team, and there's a little bit more of a there's a little bit more to it when it's a in-division opponent, I think. But at the end of the day, we really try and keep the focus on ourselves. You got to know your opponent, you got to understand your opponent, you got to understand the game plan, all the things that go into that. But we really try and focus on ourselves and make sure that we're ready to go, and try and not focus too much on that other stuff.
Is it a challenge, though? We've seen the Giants kind of change up their defense a little bit, with maybe fewer blitzes now, and then more zone. I mean, is it a challenge with what they've been showing against the Vikings and stuff like that?
I think that they're a multiple defense. They can get to a lot of different fronts, a lot of different personnels, a lot of different looks. They'll blitz. They certainly will blitz, highest percentage in the league. I think a lot of what they do is what they think is going to work for their opponent. And you got to be ready for everything and anything, especially from Wink. He can give you the most exotic looks, and anything that you got to be ready in game to make adjustments. Probably going to have some new things dialed up too. So I think you just got to be ready for everything.
So I see you guys are wearing, it's a Philly thing. They're wearing the hoodie,
Yeah.
Jalen and Nick. What does it's a Philly thing mean to you?
I told these guys I'll answer that later. I'm not going to answer that on the spot. I'm going to put some thought into it.
I like that. All right.
So
You got it.
Did the Giants do anything different or surprise you on Sunday? What you seen earlier in this year?
I don't think so. I mean, they've been a great team all year. They have great players on defense, especially up front. You're not going to see much of a better interior D-line than with those two guys right there. And then, I think offensively, they've been coming along. They've been getting better and better. Daniel Jones probably put together maybe his best game of the season. But they've been trending this way. And I don't think it's surprising. When you get into the playoffs, you generally tend to see good teams. And, we're going to play a really good one this week.
Jason, since Nick gave up the play calling, you guys, your record and the offense has been really good. Do you see him kind of getting more involved in the game? All of it? Have you noticed that?
I'm sorry, He gave up
the play calling.
Okay.
Okay. Have you seen that as being a freeing type of thing for him? He's more involved in all phases.
I don't know. That'd be a great question for Nick. I think he is very, very dedicated to situational football. Puts a lot of time and effort into understanding himself, educating the players, educating the coaches, and I think that we're among the best at handling the various situations that come up in the game because he's able to allocate so much time to that. I don't know if that has affected how much his input is on the offense or anything like that, but I think he's he's among the best when it comes to that, it looks like.
Last one for Jason. We got to close it down.
Okay. You have a lot of younger guys who have never played a playoff game, especially here in the Financial Field.
Mm-hmm.
What is the biggest piece of advice that you've been giving them to kind of make sure the moment's not too big?
I think I always go back to last time we were in the playoffs, or 2017 we were in the playoffs with Chris Long and Malcolm Jenkins and Torrey Smith, and guys that have kind of had success. And their biggest thing is you got to just go out there and play and do your job and do what's gotten you into that moment, right? There's going to be a natural pickup of intensity. There's going to be a natural, atmosphere that's going to heighten all of your senses on game day. But you don't want to allow that situation to force you to do things that are uncharacteristic. We have a lot of really, really good players in here that are playing some of their best ball in their careers. Some young players who are playing incredible for us. And, the playoffs are no different. You go out there, you do your job. And if you do everything with aggression, you attack your job, your assignment with aggression, and you're within the confines of where you're supposed to be, when the play's there, you'll make the play.